Ah, no.
One. Hello.
Yeah,
It's all done.
You know what? We'll go for the half-track intro.
It has been a long weekend.
It has.
Yeah. I didn't realise we were on the wrong one. Let's do the normal intro.
I suppose when our Australian correspondent arrives, it should be
Dorf.
veterans times 2.
Yeah. Luckily, I can cut out that first 30 seconds after the show's finished.
What was that?
So it'll
Unfortunately,
look
those people
professional
who
to
are
everyone else.
tuned in.
Yeah. It'll look completely professional to anyone who watches afterwards.
Yeah.
It was good. Whatever it was for, it was spot on.
Yeah.
That's not Benji.
No, that's
Just
Gary's not.
saying. I just noticed Gary's not in the North Wing.
Yeah.
And
What we'll
there's
do
Gary
is
not in the North Wing.
You just said
I'll
somebody's
mute
at the
Gary
door.
until he comes back. There we go.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just mute Gary until he comes back so we don't hear the dog barking. Have
Oh, wow.
we had a good weekend?
Oh yeah.
Yes, I had a very busy weekend this weekend.
Those that... Sorry, go on, Gary.
No, go on.
I was going to say, for those that don't know, we had the 48 this weekend to raise money for Models for Heroes via Mr. Skiffin's page, the model officer. And in total, all the modelers, the Americans, Canadians, the Aussies,
Modelling World,
Belgians. Yeah. We managed to raise £10,500 for Models for Heroes.
Wow. Brilliant.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's amazing.
absolutely brilliant.
Well done, everyone.
Yeah.
It's going to help a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's, Wait, Rosie's doing something.
He's on the phone.
He's probably teeing up an international deal with a major conglomerate.
Something like that.
Yeah. But did you enjoy the weekend?
I did enjoy the weekend. A couple of times it got the better of me with tiredness, but i.e. last night I was dead by 7 o'clock. But it was a good weekend. Good chatting to people. It was a fantastic atmosphere.
Yeah,
it really was. And I enjoyed it. Didn't finish my model.
Can I say congratulations to Mal as well for actually finishing a model?
Yes.
No. Calm it down. I didn't actually finish it.
Oh.
But you can it's like I could bluff that I finished it because it's there.
Because it looks finished to me.
Sorry?
Except he's not
it looks finished. What's missing at the moment are the decals. Mm-hmm. But as I hate decals with a vengeance, and so I paint markings on. So my goal was to get the markings painted on. Whether I finished it after that or not, that was another thing. Mm-hmm. The fact that it's on its wheels. See, I wouldn't normally put it on its wheels till I'll give it a wash or anything. But the fact that it's on its wheels and it's essentially complete, the model is together.
Yeah.
And considering I would normally wait a day between each colour in the marking, so there's 3 colours, so that's 3 days minimum on just the markings. Not days, well, it is days because I wait 24 hours minimum between painting. But I decided the only way I was going to get it done was to allow no more than half an hour
Yeah.
Which now show because of paint curing, but I use MRP, which cures very quickly. And it worked. No, I can't tell you how chuffed I was of getting it to that stage, and then I thought, well, I might as well stick all the dangly bits on.
Yeah.
And and then I thought, well, I need to put the decals on to finish it. Because the one mask, although I cut it, the one for the RAN Royal Australian Navy and the serial number, which goes just in there, I did. It's on the sheet that I cut, but because the 8's they're like 4 inches instead of 8 inch, so the 8's got pushed out of the way, and I thought I haven't got time to fart about to get those bits back in, and so I thought I'll have to use the decals, and nobody will know because I won't tell anybody. But
it looks good.
That would normally, because of I do modelling in fits and starts.
Yeah.
And that's probably why I've got so many on the go. So concentrating on one model was a bit difficult, but I'd planned it beforehand. What I was going to still cocked it up a bit, because right at the death I realised that the nav lights have got a surround on them, so I would have normally have fitted those before painting the main colour scheme with them masked off. I didn't, so I had to mask them off, paint that before fitting them. So I was 10 minutes from the deadline. I actually started. I came on Discord and Gary was there, and he said, "Well, I've started." He said, "I've started with the." I asked him what time is kick off for the build, and he goes, "Well, I've started with the Australians." Oh, well, that'll make more sense for me.
Yeah.
Because then I can all day today, rather than just an hour tonight or two, and then so I kicked off. I kicked off essentially at 10.
Yeah.
But I finished at 10 minutes before the actual deadline, which was I think 9:30. So I was pretty chuffed that I could get that done in that time.
It looks good,
yeah.
mate.
But not only that, because I was painting Oxford blue, I painted the Jersey jerk on this.
Nice.
So I was even more chuffed. and yesterday I also applied the masks for the stars and bars, and I've painted the white on that.
Nice.
That was after time. I didn't do all that in the time, but I mean, so yeah, things moved on, and then
there's more.
Still in the whole period of the show, so to speak, I got the decals on this. Not many of them, but I did that as well. So I'd it was so bizarre, just doing nothing but modelling for the time. I did, because I've been sat here modelling all that time, my shoulders were aching a bit, but no, I was fine. I was loving it. And the chit-chat and watching the auctions and everything else, it was just, I was waffling a bit with Dave. I apologise to it just started me off, and I couldn't stop.
All the stories coming out, mate. All the stories I heard.
Yeah, well, it brings back memory. I mean, we're talking hundreds of years ago. This stuff I was talking about, but it's just, to me, it's just sort of things that make me remember. All them years ago, and and I hopefully it's fairly interesting, because some of it's quite, to me, it was quite funny, these things that happen.
Yes, scallywags, but during your time at Field and Rath and all the rest of it, I know, I heard it all.
Yeah, I kept apologising, but I noticed I didn't shut up.
Shocking behaviour. Had I been on 16 Squadron, I'd have seen all of that. Absolutely disgraceful.
Morning, John.
Hello.
Morning, John.
Hey, John, how you doing, mate?
I'm good.
Yeah. when
You
I was
enjoy
at
the weekend?
Yeah, it was good, mate. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say, Gary, when I was at Villeneuve, it was 19 and 9-2 squadron.
I was thinking of the regiment section, mate.
Oh,
I
6.
I think it's 16 or 18 were at Vildenrot, yeah. I think.
No,
I think from
10,
63 were at Gütersloh. I remember that. I can't remember who were at Bruggen and Larbrook. It's a long time ago. I didn't spend much time there. I only visited.
It was good. It was good times.
Yeah.
I mean, spending time in an RAF base back, it was like in Germany.
Here we go. Hotels. Yes, I know. They're all sleeping.
No.
Here we go.
Don't start me off. I won't go on about the exercise and how the RAF did 8 hours on and 16 off.
Of course we do. It's civilized.
On exercise.
Civilization, that is, mate. That's civilization.
They go home.
Yeah. Then come on, we're not Americans. Be fair.
I'm saying nothing about it.
Huh.
Americans did turn up at
What
Villeneuve.
the hell is going on with Tiff's camera?
He keeps doing this.
Is it having a rage? There we go.
Pump it up.
Remote control camera. Right. Anyway, yes, yeah, I had a great time. Basically,
Good man. Good man.
I actually made a Spitfire.
Oh shit!
Yes.
And he's done a bloody good job on it as well.
There you go.
Ace.
Ta-da! Oh, hang on, let's go big screen. Let's go big screen. If it'll let me. There we go.
Excellent.
And
Love it.
if you look on under the cowling sort of area, oh, when it focuses, there you go. I put the building piece by piece on there as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
When it focuses. There you go. Yeah, that was fun.
Cool.
Those markings look great on that.
They do,
Really do.
don't they?
Yeah.
Well,
spot on.
the red stripe was from the kit,
Yeah.
and the rest was the M4H decals.
Right. They go well together.
Yeah. That looks stunning.
So I just got to put the decals on the prop and put the canopy on, but I'm going to do that offline because I want to concentrate on it because I actually quite like that. And I don't want to ruin it.
No.
I don't know what I'm like.
That is cool.
So, Marley, you did a build, but I know you'll take about half an hour to explain yours, so we'll go to Gary Evans first. How did you get on with your build, buddy?
I finished it. I absolutely loved it. Sherman Firefly. Put a... Calm down.
Love you too, John.
Put it on a base, made with a bit of foam board and made a little wall. Put some gunk on it for soil and tufts of grass and stuff like that. Yeah, really enjoyed doing it. Lincoln length tracks for the first time, which went together really, really well. And I suppose people are going to say, well, of course I did. They're a Tamiya kit. And these other ones. But, you know, I got the hang of it. I thought, it was cool. I really enjoyed it. Liked the kit. Yeah, had a really good time. Finished 3 hours short of the deadline. So, yeah, really happy. I can't show it, you see, because it's in the North Wing and I'm not. I'm in the office because I'm supposed to be working rather than sitting around and enjoying myself. With you guys, I'm supposed to be doing some. I'm doing.
What about you, Morris?
Me?
Ooh. Speaking of it, Mr. Morris, don't you have something to announce with regards to YouTube that you were going to announce? Or are you waiting until after the 26th?
Yeah. Post 26.
Okay.
Well, that was a disappointment, wasn't it?
I know. I was starting thinking, what the hell am I announcing?
And we'll tell you later. Who do you think you are?
What the hell am I announcing?
Well, that
We
was
have to wait till
professional, wasn't it?
2027 to hear it. Okay, fine.
All I can announce is how far I got with my Skyhawk.
Hey.
Which one is he? That one?
Ooh,
Lovely.
Hey.
Wow.
It's going to be all the panels open and the radome up because it's a 3-part radome. So that's where I got to.
Wow.
But I'm having a break from that today. I'm working on as all you guys are doing Spitfires and all that, I'm doing a BF 109.
Gary,
Oh,
don't
yeah,
balance
well.
on your cup. Don't balance.
Yeah.
Don't balance it on your cup.
It's
We'll
not on a
turn
cup.
around and smack it across the room. We know what
Honestly,
you're like.
it's not on a
Yeah,
cup.
it is.
No, it's not. That's not a cup.
Well, it's safer than a shelf.
So it is in here.
Yeah.
I literally haven't got anywhere else to put it at the moment. I've got to have a
Okay.
big, massive tidy up in here.
Yeah.
So how have you
Okay,
found this?
we're going to
Scooter?
risk it. We'll go for John.
Is it a good kit?
Is it a good kit? On the whole, yeah, it's okay. There's a lot of detail in it. I don't like the instructions. There are some confusing parts of the instructions. If you've never built a Skyhawk before, and I've never built a Skyhawk before, there are bits where it seems to show you on the wings. In fact, I'll show you on here. And on the underneath, you see the holes that I've made.
Yeah.
You're supposed to. It shows you in the instructions that you carve them out as squares, but when you actually attach the flaps or whatever, the whole the back end of the square, i.e., this part here at the trailing edge of the wing is open, but it doesn't show you that on the instructions. On the instructions, I can't get them to hand. It just shows you carving out a square as opposed to an open-ended square.
Yeah.
So I've got to go back in and carve that bit out. It's going to be a little bit of cutting out, but there are also things where the instructions aren't very clear where things go. So it has put me off Magic Factory a little bit.
Okay.
That is impressive going for the in the time.
At the risk of losing. Yeah.
Go on.
And at the risk of losing the next hour and 45 minutes of our life, John, how did you get on?
Fine. Back to the studio. So I did a FX Spitfire Mark 1. The initial delivery from the factory to 19 Squadron, RAF Duxford, 1938. So it's the early Spitfire. So it's got a 2-blade wooden propeller, an unarmored windscreen. So it doesn't have. It's a square one without the armor at the front. It's got an unblown canopy, just a flat one. The old original mast for the antenna. It's got older wheels, so the 4 spokes. It's got a smaller oil cooler, oil radiator, heat exchanger, I guess you'd want to call it, fairing, and a couple of other bits and bobs. So it was actually, yeah, it's come up. I think it's come up all right. It's not perfect. It's a bit rough, like 48 hours and all that sort of stuff. But I think it's okay. It's more than okay. I think it's more than presentable. But yeah, I did that. I did a thing.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I do like that metal finish underneath, John. It looks very nice.
That's the what do I use? No, not that. No, it's yeah. So that's
I think what Mikey means is that you didn't spill it.
I did actually. It was all over my hands, and I spilt some stuff on my trousers as well. But I'll spare you the thought of that. Well, I haven't, but I'll spare you the images regardless.
There you go.
Yeah. No, I had a cracker of a weekend. It was a lot of fun. Lots of comments.
Whilst you are able to get on with your modelling, me and Tiff will go through the comments. If that's all right, Tiff.
Yeah.
Oh, she's in Foix.
Yeah, Yeah, she says first, whoop whoop.
Yeah, 3:10
And
this
I won't be
morning.
doing that noise again. Wow.
Yeah.
Should have been asleep past your bedtime. Dita says, I second that, anti-modman.
Dieter, it was great fun hanging out with you at the weekend, mate.
It was. And he says, good morning, good evening, all in panel and chat. May your Monday be awesome as we hit St. Patrick's Day today, but also with some moments of relaxation after last weekend. What a lovely thought. Scott says, good evening, all. Good evening, Scott.
Evening.
It's got
Kaylee's bringing me a brew.
Hi, Ken.
Thank you,
Hey,
Kaylee.
Kaylee.
Oh, that's an idea. I might get one of them.
I said, morning, everyone. Or every one. Dita says, how about every 2, every 3, every 4? Haha. How are you doing, mate? I'm good, buddy. Alan Fox has joined us again. He says, hello, everyone. Hello, Alan.
Hey, Alan.
Welcome
Hello.
back. Matthew says, hi, folks. Hope you're all well. Hello, Matthew.
Hi, mate.
Where's that white noise coming from?
Gary, I think.
probably my
Mr. Evans.
That's okay, because I just farted.
It'll
It's
be
more
the
like a brown
fan,
noise.
the fan on his computer.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Lady Sam says, hi, panel and chat.
Hi, Lady Sam.
Jim says, yeah, welcome back. John's favourite modeller. Jim says, hello to one and all today. John,
Hi,
did
Jim.
you end up going hiding under the Lego in Frontline?
No, I have not been to Frontline. I've been busy this weekend, so I did not. In fact, I had a model club meeting yesterday that I didn't go to either. I literally just lay on the couch. I didn't. I had a good
Yes,
break.
I know. They told me.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Apparently, your models are just as good in real life as they are on camera.
Oh God.
Yeah.
That was Ian again. Yes, he does not speak the truth, that man.
I was asking. June says, morning, Tiff, Hagrid, Scott, BBC, Alan, Matthew, Lady Sam, Jim, Stripe, Skunk. Joe says, good morning, Gold. Can't stay long. Off to the wife's podiatrist visit for 50-minute drive. I will catch the rest later. Have a great day. See you later, Joe.
See you later, Joe.
Cheers, Joe.
June says, cue Muppet theme.
No, you see, if I do that, I get told off.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
skipping hellos just because there are a lot of comments.
Sure.
Typical Julian trying to put me
Personal
in.
hellos.
It's
Hello
time
to
to
us,
skip the
guys.
hellos.
Scott says, which intro, Maggie? Yes. We missed that job. That was fun. The better looking Marley says, greetings from Orchid Lies.
Well,
Very good.
hi, Paul. Duke.
Duke. Good day, all you beautiful
got the
people.
same screen, is it?
Well done on your
Achilles.
auction wins, Duke.
Oh yeah, that too. The SMS pack. Wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah. Knocked it out of the park with that, didn't he?
Mm.
Straight in and just smashed everyone else out of the competition.
Yeah.
June says, hi, Mikey, Mal, Tiff, Gary, and t'other Gary.
T'other Gary.
Oh,
And screw you, John.
Hi, Julian.
Yeah. I get that a lot. Well, not
Duke
from
says, it
anyone
was an
I get.
awesome weekend.
It was.
Oh, we don't need to know about
Get
your
on with
marital
it.
life,
Get
John.
on with it.
Phil says, good afternoon, everyone.
Afternoon, Phil.
Nigel's in. He says, morning all, well done. Well done in the 48-48. New week, new kit. Oh, new week, new kit. 132 holes drilled. Would have been better if the size of the drill had been specified.
Ah.
So annoying.
Julian, click that like button, folks, and subscribe to the lunacy that is this channel. You won't regret it. Oh,
Yeah.
Thank you, Julian. But don't
Hi,
mention
Julian.
the forbidden phrase. Lube and subscribe.
Lube and subscribe.
And don't get up.
Tiff says, welcome, folks. Jim says, and of course, a big hello to our gracious hosts. Hello, Jim.
Jim.
Someone just popped Gary and he deflated all of a sudden. Or when you pop a balloon, it starts shrieking. Alan says, what is everyone's favourite and most disliked manufacturer? I love Italeri and won't buy Airfix. I don't have them.
Favourite is Airfix.
I'll build anything.
Less love is Italeri.
I would say this is probably going to be controversial. My least favourite is Tamiya.
Oh.
Because I never feel challenged when I do a Tamiya kit.
Fair point.
I'm not a massive fan of Revell either, old Revell. But my favourite has to be, and this is going to sound awful, I've become a fanboy over the last few months. You know what I'm going to say, Mikey?
ICM.
Yeah. I love a lot of what ICM are doing.
I love
so
ICM.
Good. Yeah, so good.
Like I said, I don't particularly have any I dislike because I'll make anything, and if it's difficult, then that's all the more fun for me. So yeah, I've not really had a model that I haven't enjoyed.
To be truthful, there is not a manufacturer I would say I don't like. If I like the idea of the kit that's produced, whatever, I want it, I'll give it a go. And then I might say I will never buy that again, but it doesn't stop me liking the manufacturer just because I didn't like the kit that I built.
Right.
I must admit, I find it odd that when somebody says they won't buy Airfix, because Airfix's new stuff is just wonderful.
Yeah, the new stuff's very good.
Yeah. Well, I was saying this before we went live, wasn't I?
I do not understand this. I won't buy Airfix. I get it that Airfix have put out a lot of older kits but there's reasons they did that, and I'm not condoning them for it. But I just think you've got to try some of their new kits. Try the Lysander, the Defiant, the Seafuel.
Gary, you've
got the answer. You've just got to try them. Yeah. Sorry, I'm a.
So I've done it, Gary.
Really.
So I love Airfix for the subject matter. I list of favourites is probably about 5 of them. I won't rattle through them. But I don't really have a worse one. I did not enjoy Valon build, but I wouldn't not build another one given a choice, because if the subject matter is there and nowhere else, I'll go there.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go on with the next comment. I think we can discuss that more later if you want. It's a good question. George says, hail. Hello, George.
Yeah, it's a good discussion point, that.
Yeah. Martin says, "How do?" In fact, modders, can we put a star on that so that we can go back to it later?
Yeah, got it.
Thank you. You wonderful person. Thank you.
You've got a delay
Martin
again.
says, "How do?"
Hey up.
That doesn't surprise me.
Hey up, lad.
Julie says, "Lovely job on the spit, Mikey. Thank you." In fact, Gary, Morris, do you want to do the comments since my delay's kicked back in again?
Okay, yeah. Duke says, "Hey John, I got my Spitfire out to look at finishing it. Turns out it's an old Tamiya kit, not Airfix. I watched you for nothing."
You won't have any problems with it. It's a Tamiya kit.
Martin says to Alan, "You've got to be joking. I've made several Airfix kits recently and all went together beautifully, whereas the Italieri Barry Sheen bike is so bad fitment-wise, I've given up as a waste of time."
Right.
I mean, there are the old Airfix kits. I mean, we'll come back to it later. Did have their issues, but yeah. David is in, the comedy sniper. Is it the 144th BF 109, Mr. Morris, or am only I that stupid? It is a 148th BF 109, Mr. Cummings.
Funnily enough, I have one of them, Mr. Morris.
You have a
I have the
Dave
Epic.
Cummings.
You have a
No.
comedy sniper? Alan
Fortunately, no.
Alan says to Martin, just going off my personal experiences with both, mate. Fair
Yeah,
enough.
sure.
That's
Fine.
a
And I
fair
think
one.
it's subjective, isn't it? Well, subjective.
Yeah, always.
And Tiff says, I've not had bad issues. I've not had issues with any kit other than the Rebel Harrier. So much flash.
Yes.
That is an old Rebel kit.
Yeah, as well as some moulding issues that I'm going to have to fix with Milliput.
Yeah, I think with Rebel, you get a basic kit and
I just
you
remembered.
probably do stuff with it. What I don't like about Rebel is their paint call outs
Yeah.
and their paint.
See, I've
God, I
got
had Tim Tams here. I'll mute myself. It's okay.
this issue here. It's not moulded
Yeah.
properly. That's supposed to be solid, whereas there's there's actually holes there. So I'm going to.
As a modeler, I don't want a kit that falls together. You know, that's why I say I don't like Tamiya, because they are literally shake and bake. You know, they're good and you know, they don't often need a lot of work doing with them. I want something that's going to challenge me slightly. No, I've got 2 Tamiya kits in my stash, so I don't, you know, it's not that I don't buy Tamiya, but I like to have the old grey matter, what's left of it. There isn't a lot. Challenged a bit. Alan says, my last 4 FX kits had missing, bent, warped pieces. I no longer buy them now. Yeah, FX did have a problem with quality assurance at one point.
That was, I think, having stuff made in India.
Yeah.
I won't really say now. The story over the 124 Typhoon says it all. But yeah, that was one of the problems, and it's because of the softer plastic. If it's a lighter grey, it's a softer plastic, and you can get those issues. But this is built in the softer plastic. Nothing wrong with it. This is from the darker grey plastic, and it is more precise. The detail is crisper.
Yeah.
So,
it is different, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a definite difference. So yeah, I fully get your point. If you're going to buy 4 kits and they've got missing pieces, bent pieces, and warped pieces, and all that sort of rubbish, then I get your point. I'll have to get you a Airfix kit so you can see the difference.
Get on with it, Morris. Lol. Ian is in. He says, good evening, all. Good evening, Ian.
Hey, Ian.
I'm getting on with it. Martin says to Alan, no problem with which Airfix kits have made your life difficult so I can avoid them. I do get what you mean about the quality control thing. My Spitfire Mark 12 was missing the inner flaps, but the kit built well. Yeah. Lady Sam says, John, Wednesday. That must mean something to you, John. You know,
I'm going to hang out in the Lego aisle.
Julian says he spent St. Patrick's Day 1999 in Tampa Bay, Florida. They have a huge celebration combining their Irish and Cuban influence. Now that's a party.
Wow. Yeah.
That'd be a party, wouldn't it? Jesus.
Frontline, Lady Sam says, frontline around 10:30 a.m. for the stalker meeting in the plane section.
All right.
John will be up all night now, ironing his mankini.
Oh, cripes.
Julian says, lol, Lady Sam for the stalker.
Oh, my God. It's a safe place.
Julian says,
cameras everywhere.
Lady Sam says to Julian, Lady Sam, oh, she's a stalker Wednesday.
Well, she's come up to speed quickly, hasn't she?
Well, we've got her down to our level quite quickly, though.
Oh, dear.
Jim says, won a round of the UK auction and donated the winnings to Models for Heroes, feeling top of the world. Jim, thank
Wonderful,
you so
Yeah,
much.
well done, mate. Yeah.
It always amazes me how people win stuff in the auction and then immediately donate it to Models for Heroes. You know, it's a double win for M4H, and that's amazing. Thank you very much. Julian says, oh, that reminds me, if you Aussies haven't seen it, I posted an Excel spreadsheet of all the Aussie VC recipients on Discord.
Okay, I'll have a look.
He does love his stats and his research, doesn't he?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
That's cool.
Lady Sam says, Julian, I don't have Discord. And David, the comedy sniper, says, that was a nice gesture, gentlemen. Jim, was a fun auction, especially towards the end.
It was fun. I was watching it all the UK one.
Unfortunately, I fell asleep.
I didn't see the end.
Julian says, great gesture, Jim. And Julian says, faves and dislikes in manufacturers. I think it depends on the reasons for the like and dislike.
Of course.
Fair point. And Jim says, thank you both, Julian and David.
Absolutely.
No, thank you, Jim. Thank you, Jim. Brew and Goose in. Good afternoon, all. Afternoon, Brew.
Afternoon.
All right, Dave.
It's been a while.
All right, Dave.
Scott's model says, how did the Skyhawk go,
Dave.
Gary? Well, the Skyhawk is still in a work in progress, but she got to this point, as I was saying earlier, but obviously you weren't with us then. Yeah, it's coming together. I'm having a break from it today because all my life's been Skyhawk this weekend, so but I will get it finished, and it will go to Telford if it's presentable enough. Jim says, Julian, I agree with your statement about kit makers, Julian.
Yeah.
And Julian says, yes, Gary M, I'm watching Captain VFC doing a 144 Rebel Harrier. He doesn't like the paint call-outs either, nor do I. No, I just find with Rebel paint call-outs, you have to mix all the time. Mix this with this, and 3 parts this to 9 parts this. And
Yeah.
Same with Tammy.
Scott's model says Airfix has gotten better in the last 5 to 10 years. They certainly have.
Yeah,
and they've
without
got some really good designers in now who are modelers. And that makes a big difference. Lady Sam says, I don't like Airfix, too Titanic ship. Both time the barrels would come together. Also, the upper decks were too small. Yeah. I think they're older kits, though, aren't they?
Yeah,
They are. Yeah, they're 60s. Yeah.
Yeah. Alan says to Martin, the 148th Vampire, the 148th Hawker Sea Fury. Don't say that. I've got one of them. And the 148th Bulldog and the 148th Stuka. Oh, wow. Paul, not the good-looking Marley.
Fury.
Yeah, good-looking Marley says, in my honest opinion, regarding fitment and detail, Bandai make amazing models. My least favourite manufacturer is John's Vellum Hamden, to be specific.
Yeah. Yeah, he hates that plane.
I quite fancy doing a Hamden.
I'll spend a couple of weeks. I'll grab it and show you why he hates it.
Yeah, that I want a Hampden in 1/32 scale.
Oh, bloody hell. Lady Sam says, John, if you can you print out that list for me, the one Julian put on Discord?
Yeah, I'll see what I can do. Yeah, I'll get a screenshot of it. Yeah, why not? It's a Hamden.
He'll even put some kisses at the end of it.
The better-looking Marley hates everything about it, like everything.
I don't see what there is to hate.
Well, yeah. Well, it was not I didn't enjoy the build. The undercarriage, is awful. It's the second Vellum kit I've done. The undercarriage just really. I was going to say it retracts from the entire build, but it doesn't because they don't give you enough guidance about where it goes and everything else. So it did fall off the bench, and I fixed it again. But I think it would make me want to build the older Airfix one. I think just because there's a lot of things I hated about that.
Brilliant.
So that's okay.
Comedy Sniper says the last half of the auction is well worth a watch. Banter battles and big battles.
Yeah, it's good.
Tiff's put a link up to the Discord. And Duke says, I wonder if I should have started at $200 to get a bidding war started. I don't know. You went straight in with the big guns, mate, and got what you wanted, didn't you?
It's funny because, like, Dave Goldfinch, of course, he won the P8 beside, and he paid $200 for that. And then, his lights were switched off after that because he couldn't afford power bill. So I don't know.
The Podfather.
Yeah, but I think that purchase, I think it's worth the $200. I think that range, they're great products. I've got all the sanding sticks. I've got the ceramic scrapers, and I've got it's all good stuff.
Cool. Jim says to Paul Marley, well said about Vallum kits, Paul. A real challenge to build, not something I would try more than once.
Yeah, I did. I like the subject matters, which I built them. But I don't want to build the other Vallum Hamden anytime soon.
And Julian says the mixing is exactly what VFC said, Gary. Also, why give them letters, then have to keep flicking back and forth to see what the colour of the letter means? Yeah, and I know they've had a bit of a shake up. They've got some new staff in there. Hopefully they'll up their ante. They could start as well by having top opening boxes. Just saying.
They are
changing the boxes.
Saying, by the way.
Good.
Yeah, I think about halfway through the year, the first top opening boxes will be released.
Cool.
On the new F35A kit, there's still the instructions to mix together paints, which is a pain in the butt. They did also get a couple of parts the wrong way round on the instructions, which is really awkward. For when you have the flaps down, there's like a part on the flap to fuselage joint, and they're different sizes whether the flaps are down or up because they've got to fill in the gap. The part numbers are the wrong way round.
Oh, okay. Well, left to right.
Yeah. No.
No, lowered to raised. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
You let them know, obviously.
Oh yeah. I've already told Luke about it. Yeah.
Good on you. Yeah.
He's going to revise it in the second print of the instructions, which means the first print of the instructions is already done because they're due to be launching it this month. Yeah. But the kit itself
looks beautiful.
Very, very good. The fit of the top and bottom halves of the fuselage is absolutely perfect. Yeah. It's lovely.
I've got the Meng 148th F35 Adia up there.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be on the bench soon.
Cool.
But I have got to finish a few at the moment. Okay, so any more comments, Tiffers?
Yeah. So hang on. When it comes to paints, I make a little note of what colours are actually what, and I don't use the Revel paints, so I find equivalents for them in other.
Yeah. A good app if you've got an Android phone, and I've said this before, so I may be teaching to the converted, is Hobby Color Converter.
Okay.
Yeah, Hobby Color Converter, and you can put in the paint that you've got, and it'll give you all the equivalents. I find that quite handy. Jim says to Duke, I really felt like sparring with you in the bidding for the SMS package. Darren says, hello, everyone. Just on a lunch break, so I thought I'd pop in. Welcome, Darren. Good to see you, mate.
Darren.
Lady Sam says, thank you, John.
No worries.
And Hagrid says, jumping back in, John looks more himself now. The red complexity is faded, it seems.
Well, it's a different computer again, so I'm probably the same color. It's just that was a better camera, and it shows all the defects.
Less of a slap.
Yeah.
Less
of a slag, did you say?
Slap.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Of your purchase, Bronwyn would have slapped you.
Yeah.
Julian says, hi, Darren. Maybe a long-lost relative Hall.
Ah.
Scott's model says SMS airbrushes are good and easy to use too.
Right.
Yes, I'm noticing with my airbrushing nowadays, I'm struggling. I don't know whether it's all part of my medical problems. I'm struggling to to airbrush like this, so I'm going to look at possibly in the future
one.
getting a trigger airbrush, and I know Galleria do one. So
Nice.
I did have a practice with one the other day. So Jim says, "Good idea, Tiff, regarding the paint color list." And Hagrid says, "That or the Wallaroos roaming his premises try to get even with John. Oh, behave, Hagrid."
Yes.
Luke says, "I thought a few more people would like that SMS package, Jim. That's why I went big from the start. And I think that's why nobody else bid on it."
Yeah, and everyone else is just going, well, that's Duke's.
Hagrid says, "Uncle Shelfie, don't put your airflow too high or you'll end up with a chair in all your shelves again, lol."
Yeah.
We're caught up.
Cool.
How far is it?
Yep, we're caught up.
Wow. Duke,
Well
I
done.
can't remember. How far is it from Shepparton to Ballarat?
45 minutes.
160 odd Ks? Oh, yeah. 45, 47 minutes. Yeah. Because save postage, you could probably go and pick it up from Scott at the factory.
And Scott says, "So did SMS Gary, the trigger airbrush." Yeah. It was. I wasn't quite sure. I've never used one before. I wasn't quite sure how the double action would work, but it's literally so pull back so far, and then you can feel it for air, and then click and you back to paint. And my wife's throwing things out of the loft at me.
Okay. Knives?
No cardboard boxes.
So just the knives then.
You probably take
Just
the
a
knives out
suitcase.
of the box. Duke says 4-hour drive.
Yeah, too much.
It was like we had yesterday when my son broke down. Idiot. We're caught up again. I assume.
Yeah.
A few more
I have
just
a
come in.
No, we're not. Jim says to Duke, "If I had more funds available, I would have jumped in. When you went for my 100 to 300, I couldn't afford to go much higher than that." Duke says, "I'm going to Ballarat soon for a wargaming weekend."
Well, yeah, if you talk to Scott, I reckon he can hold it for you and save postage.
And Hagrid says, "I tidied up my desk at the end of the 48 hours. Therese found it too cluttered. She soon noticed her own desk was looking quite similar. Now I have a room for the shaft, though." Yes, I've got to tidy my man cave up. That's going to take probably 48 straight hours.
Yeah. I need to tidy it as well.
Yeah, I got stuff everywhere.
I
And I can't blame it on the 48 because it was a mess beforehand.
Yeah. I have a question. Reference the auction or auctions. On the British one, there was the D-Day stripes as masks, and it made me think about what I could give as masks, and I was thinking this morning of maybe sets of camouflage masks.
Yeah.
That's
In
good.
3-4 scales.
Yeah. That's good.
And what I'm thinking is because normally the mask set would be one set of masks per set, but I could do in the package maybe 4 of each.
Oh, right.
So I don't know. That's a lot of printing and cutting and stuff, but for in the scales, I don't know how it'd all work out. But four sets of masks and I've got Spitfire, Hurricane, Typhoon, P40, British stuff, and I think there's another couple, I think.
Well, that's a good
So
idea.
I don't know. I was just saying, well, if D-Day stripes are being bid on, camouflage masks might be a.
I think
way,
people will go for that.
because I wouldn't charge postage, And I'd have to be UK, of course. But I mean, I don't know. That just seemed to come as a fairly. The other thing I could do is because I never did generic masks really, other than camouflage masks.
Yeah.
My D-Day stripes are not stripes; they're because I don't actually see how they work. I call them helpers. Because of the way they are done. So I thought camouflage masks, or I could do sets of roundels, but then roundels are specific per aircraft because of the size of the upper wing roundels to each aircraft.
Yeah.
Different, but the fuselage and it all gets complicated. So yeah, you reckon camouflage masks would be a
I think people would like that, because that's something I'm always thinking about is if I get a kit and I get the choice of wraparound camo or just a straight grey or a desert pink or whatever, I always go for the easy option, because I'm not artistically enough to mask and freehand mask or freehand do the camo to get it accurate. So if I do a wraparound camo, I just do it ish.
My sister works at a printing company, and when I did masks, I did a full set of masks for the Airfix 124 Typhoon. And she did me some really professional printing stuff, and it looked superb. So I could ask. Yeah, you'd be able to do better than that, mate.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh,
I didn't manage to win a bid, but I did. I thought I did put something in the kitty. But I thought I prefer to be able to give something like that can be bid on. So that's what I thought. So if you reckon that's a good idea, I think I can work on it for.
Have a word with James, mate.
Yeah. So,
talking of the auction, me and the comedy sniper came up with a good ploy to stitch Mr. Childs up yesterday, because we know he was after the speeder, the Star Wars, the Mandalorian speeder bike thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So unfortunately, I fell asleep. I don't even know whether it happened, but our idea was to, every time Malcolm bid on it, was to bid £1 higher.
So Hagrid says at Jim, there were some nice lots I would have liked to bid on too, if only to give them away as well. Yet my wallet is painfully thin, and you can see a stitches sticking out like for ribs. Fair enough. I think we're all a bit like that. Julian, Gary, the gallery trigger style airbrush is a Jihad 68. At well, so let's say £57 on Amazon. Ian, g'day everyone. I like the Aussie hello. It covers every time of day. Yesterday was hilarious and a very worthy cause. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it. We certainly did.
Yeah.
Cracker of a weekend. So much fun. The Duke tied it up before the weekend, just so I didn't look like a hoarder for the discorder.
I gave up trying to get this place tidy in time for the weekend. Warts and all.
Alan says, this has been a real joy, but sadly I have to go out. Bye-bye for now. See you all next time. See you, Alan. And
See you later, Alan. Thanks for your comment.
Alan, we need to talk. Yeah. Alan, we need to talk.
Yeah, it's a really good discussion topic.
Yeah, no, I've got to get it. I've got to get him onto Airfix.
Okay, so it's funny because what I'm hearing right now is you hang up. No, you hang up first. No, you hang up. Yeah.
You need to
Love you,
talk.
bye, bye. Love you, love you, love you, love you,
Love
love
you.
you, bye,
Yeah,
bye.
love you more.
See you. See you.
Dave says, could be a bundle, Mal. A donated kit from whoever and the masks from you. Oh, wow, that
Yeah.
sounds all right, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, that was something I did sort of think about. It could be. But yeah. The reason I went camouflage mask is because
They'll go on multiple brands.
well, yeah, anybody can use the camouflage mask. Anybody could actually use the masks for markings, etc. But in your mind, you'll think it's difficult, and you go,
Yes.
no, I don't want that. But
Yes.
if it's camouflage masks, you go, oh yeah, they're useful. So there's if I could post myself as well to show you how easy it was, that would be, or maybe I
Yeah.
could do a video or something, because I'm planning on doing something about masking now that I don't
Yeah,
do
okay.
it as a thing. But yes, that is a good idea.
So is
It-
Mikey
it's-
We were
busting to tell us
discussing-
about his new kit? He's obviously got a Rubicon, was it 158 scale? Tell us all about it, Mikey.
No, it's just I can't find the instructions for my Land Rover, so I just grabbed this off the shelf.
All right.
156 Tiger.
I've done that.
I'm just going to turn my heater on.
Okay.
Is that the
I've
full
done that.
interior kit?
No.
No, it's just a 156 Tiger from me.
Yeah, but on the back of it, does it not show an exploded view of it? Or am I thinking a different kit?
I don't think it's got an interior on that one.
Okay.
David Turns is
No.
here. It says, hello all
Exterior.
from Sunny Easier. Hello, David.
Wow.
Tunix.
We have
Ian
gone
says,
international.
no, Gary, Big put a big bid in, and yeah, no one else bid at all, so he won it for 60 odd. Sorry, it just felt like that I was having a stroke reading that one.
Big
Sorry.
Malcolm. I got it in the end. Big Malcolm obviously got the speeder bike.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just seemed staccato. It's just the way the small words. And Ian says, Big Mel, sorry, got it.
The reason we found out was because I think Dave mentioned it when they were going previewing the lots. Malcolm said, "Oh no, not very good."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Julian says,
I
Teddy Boy
wanted
Alan?
the Models for Heroes bundle. I wanted the Models for Heroes bundle.
Who got that, and how much did it go for?
Someone called Phil and something. I think it went for about 50, 60 pounds. When
Cool.
Someone called Malcolm Childs won it. It's back on his desk. David says, Ian, yeah, a few of us made bids to drive it up, but Grand Fromage hit the magical 69s, and so we all shrank away.
The magical 69. I'll be back in a moment.
Okay, mate. Ian says, yes, Dave, I remember now. Cheers. Cube says, oh, he's gone, but that Tiger is mainly for 28mm wargaming, Mikey. I have 3 of them because you can never have enough Tigers. Do you know what? I know they're designed for the wargaming and all that, but they are lovely kits, the Rubicon kits.
I've never made one.
Still yet to do their Huey.
This is the first time I've ever made a Rubicon kit.
No, they're really good. Really good. I like them. And I've done
I think I'll
a
do
long
for a
group
change.
vehicle that they do, and that was lovely.
I think I'll do a winter one for a change.
Yeah, well, funny enough, the Tiger that I did, here you go, I will show you now if I don't collapse everything, getting it out.
All right. So the double chocolate Tim Tams haven't made it to the UK yet, have they?
Yeah, they just
They have?
arrived in Tesco's. Yeah.
Oh, they're bloody good.
That's nice, that Gary.
That is the Rubicon 156 Tiger, and
Oh, can we have a closer look?
Yes.
There we go.
Yeah.
Cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a really nice build. And I painted the underneath. Didn't weather it though. I didn't weather the underneath. Ian says, sorry, I still have the bloody norovirus. Oh, lucky you.
Lucky balls.
Jim says, my focus was on the Rubicon double pack of the GMC truck and composite hull Firefly 1C.
I've got a Rubicon Firefly.
And Darren says, unfortunately, I didn't get anything in the auction. Wallet isn't big enough.
Yeah.
I did see you bidding for the when I came back. I watched it back, and I did see you bidding for the M4H bundle, and I did feel a little bit upset that you didn't get it.
Yeah.
So I got all excited for you winning something.
I did win one in the Australian auction. It was a 72nd scale Academy Lockheed Ventura.
Yes.
PP1 is what the Americans called it.
And we were watching that in the Discord live. And the minute it came up on screen, I went, Marley's going to bid on this. And the first bid that went in was you. Duke says really sharp details, amazing from 3 feet away.
Yeah, then we decided that you were probably going to get a slap off, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds promising.
Comedy Sniper said, I messed up as I thought there were 2 big Rubicon bundles, so I held off for the second one, which there wasn't. Bugger. I'm keeping my powder dry for the second one.
It is brilliant to hang out with Dave on Friday night. We stayed up till 6 o'clock Saturday morning just drinking and having a laugh, and it was brilliant fun.
Crazy. Unfortunately, I was fast asleep.
Yeah.
Jim says to Duke, I agree, Duke. Can't have enough Tiger tanks in my model collection. I've only ever built 2 Tiger. I've only ever built 1 Tiger tank, and that was it. I've started to build a Revel Platinum Edition Tiger tank, which was a very old ICM, early days ICM Tiger, and it was awful. It never got finished.
I've got near 135 Tiger 1.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Who knows?
Ian says, what an amazing bunch the Aussies were on their auction. Duke is a legend. He certainly is.
I built the 1/35th scale.
First time I've heard anyone put them two words together for it.
Say again, Gary.
I built the 1/35th quick build Tiger tank from Airfix.
Yeah.
And that is really good. Workable tracks.
Cool.
Actually have individual link tracks for it, and it's super, and they work. You can vroom it up and down. You imagine if a kid, you imagine a kid building either the Sherman or the Tiger, either in 1/35th, so they're God's own scale for vehicles, but also it actually goes up and down, and you can turn things, and it's all clipped together. It's beautiful. I really, really enjoyed them, and I know some people have. Glued them and weathered them and filled them and stuff, and turned out some amazing results because they're pretty accurate kits as well. I really like them.
What are the prices like on them, Gary?
I don't know what they are actually.
I'm busy doing YouTubey things. I thought you might know offhand.
I had a feeling they're about 40 quid, but I don't know. I think they're less than that. They're not. I seem to remember they were not crazy expensive. Let me have a look.
Yeah, I might get Morgan one for his birthday.
We use them at our face-to-face session for Models for Heroes. We've got a couple of guys who are not very good with their hands anymore, and they build away quite happily with them.
Yeah.
Matthew says, John, do you not keep your Tim Tams in the fridge?
Generally not. There's too many of my son's Tim Tams for mine to fit in. True story. He's usually got 3 packets in there. Just like, I keep mine in the cupboard. But it was fairly, well, they weren't melted, but those ones then, I had them next to the open door. So it's about 16 degrees outside. So they got a little bit more solid. They're lovely.
The Tiger's 20 quid, 19.99.
Yeah.
Oh, there you
Tiger
go.
and
Yeah. Ian says,
Nice.
hats off to Jim too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very generous.
And Jim says to at David Cummins, I beg your pardon, that's Mr. Swine to you. Hagrid says the Americans were even crazier. Crazy Loacher bid lots but gave much away. What a guy. He always does that.
What a guy.
Always does that.
He's my hero today for many reasons, not least of which is guy called Russell sent me a link to eBay in America, and there's a guy who goes around buying up when shops close down, he buys their stock, and he's come across a box of Airfix SAM2 kits, SA2 kits, the guidelines, which here are like gold dust. Dale says, I said to him, if there's one vintage classics you could find in a shed somewhere and get out, he said, oh, SAM2, straight away, SA2. That question, we always ask them. This guy had a box of them. So I went onto eBay. He doesn't ship to the UK. So, oh, bugger. So I sent Loacher an email. I said, listen, matey, can you get me 3 of them? I'll pay for the postage and everything. Just get me 3. And he came back and he said, oh, I read first, and then I got one, and then I got one for myself, and then I saw your thing about 3, so I've ordered 5, and they're going to get here. So when your 3 arrive here, and then I was thinking, if they're that rare, why don't I auction 1 here next year in the 48, and auction 1 in the UK in the 48, and you guys can have those if they're that rare. I thought, what a dude, what a proper dude to be considering it in the middle of probably when the American auction was going on as well. He's incredible. Wow. Absolutely amazing guy.
Yeah, very, very generous man. David says, I missed the auction, unfortunately. Well, I missed the British one because I was asleep. Julian says, be right back. Kara here. Julian. And Hagrid said, just rewatching it is good for a few hours entertainment. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
And Jim says to Hagrid, Crazy Loacher is a great man. Much respect to him. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And David says that Gentleman Jim, the master swine, outbidding me like that. Darren says, I think I'll have to start saving up ready for next year. Yeah.
Well, I think I will, because one lot that really intrigued me in the Australian auction was the joining the podcast and producing a podcast for that. I thought, do you know what? I was actually sitting here thinking, how much damage can Maria do to me if I stump up? And then, but they're Australian dollars; they're not American dollars. But I thought, no, do you know what? I'm going to put aside a battle fund for next year, not for kids, because Christ knows I don't need enough kids. But for things like that, that would be an opportunity worth pumping money over to, just for the hell of, and it works for me as well. It works on a strictly sort of business level. It works for me to get that exposure. So if someone does that from America as well next year, that would be a good thing.
On that note, Dave Cummins kept suggesting at the weekend that we'd offer something similar.
We'd have to pay them.
You know, someone like, do a build with the 4 veterans or whatever. Or
you build with the 3 veterans and I can take a bloody break.
I was going to say, why are we doing this stream today? Because we weren't originally going to, were we, Mr. Marley?
No, I felt well rested after that because I thought, how can I piss off Gary? I know, do a live stream. I'm thinking that so after the stream, like one of the guys in the Australian auction bid for and won the lot of the become a on the bench podcast producer for a day and be on the show. So you pick the content and you're part of the show. $600 Australian for that, so £300. And after the show, then Ian said, "Oh, next time you're down in Melbourne, if it's a Saturday, come on down. We'll put you on the show." I just thought, well, he just offered me what somebody paid $600 for, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he going to make you breakfast though? That was part of the deal.
Yeah, got to have the breakfast.
Yeah. Well, you know, yeah. It would have breakfast. Yeah. We'll see
Duke
how.
says,
I don't know.
Duke says, "Thanks, Ian. I told you, Mikey." And David says, "Friday night was very special, Mikey, but we both paid a price. I fear, totally worth it."
Yeah. Sounds like you had fun.
Absolutely, mate. It was a really good session. Oh, I haven't laughed that hard in a long time.
Jim says,
teasing you and
lots of chuckling.
Yeah. We decided that Callum looks like John's secret love child.
Yes. Oh, I didn't know whether to laugh or cry. I think he was just like scared. But mind you, I mean, he's from New Zealand, so he's probably, maybe I'm a break from sheep for a while, so that'll be fine.
Well, when you came on and it was just the two of you, it did look like a father and son live stream sort of thing.
Come on. Yeah, obviously you drank way too much.
Or not enough.
Oh, I think you drunk enough.
Nah.
Dave says,
there you go.
is everyone breathing crazy Locha? Absolutely. You can't say enough about him. Whenever you read headlines that say Florida man, ... it's usually crazy Locha.
Yeah.
TVG says,
Go on,
hi
John.
everyone. I'll shut up. I'll get up.
TVG says, hi everyone. Ian Ellison says, Crazy Locha is my hero from the weekend. He gifted everything he won on the UK auction, even to me. He outbid me on some decals and gifted them to me. Wow. Yeah. It's amazing.
Amazing.
Darren says, hi, James. TBG says, I suspect the builders will put it in a patio for Gary's wife. TBG says, hi, Darren. Julian says, hi, TBG. And Duke says, that's right, Mikey, you're the tonguist.
That's right.
Yes.
He's tonguist.
TBG says, hi, Julian.
Yes.
I think you had to be there.
Thank you.
Julian says, Duke, I do hope that T was supposed to be a Y. Well, I'm not sure.
You'll never know.
You never can tell. That's funny, though. Trying to tell a very drunk Mikey to stop commenting. Because we could tell he was drunk, because it's the only time he's typed something without putting LOL at the end.
I wasn't drunk at all. I was just happy. I'm very, very tired and delirious.
He was happy and tired and emotional.
I'd only had a few whiskies and a bottle of beer.
Ugh.
Well, a bottle of stout.
Oh, God.
Whiskey.
It does mean, I've got a porter. I've got a porter for tomorrow, isn't it? It's tomorrow, isn't it, Gary?
Yeah, it is tomorrow.
Cool.
Yeah, it is.
So don't forget, people. Gary's stream at 8 o'clock tomorrow night.
The kit has arrived from Mystery Box Nick.
Yeah, those clues. I don't think they're going to get it.
No, me neither. Me neither. Although
Have
he
you
says
even?
if you know,
Have you
if
got any
know
clue
the-
what it?
I haven't got the faintest idea at all, mate. Although he says if you know what the kit is, it's really easy. And I thought, well, yeah, I could have used that through most of my education. Yeah, what have you done so badly on this exam? Well,
Yeah.
the thing is, if I'd have known the answer, it would have been so much easier.
Mm.
But yeah,
That pretty much was my education.
and he did sign off with devious git Nick the other day as well. So there we go.
Yeah.
And Comedy Sniper says we were giggly, not drunk. Mm.
And that,
Exactly.
Your Honour, is the case for the defence.
Get it right, John.
Yeah, well, I wasn't in the country. I could only go by the
David,
Childish.
Dave then says, well, maybe a little. Jim says, so Mikey, you were tired, happy, and drunk.
Yeah. Well, I won't admit to the drunk bit because I hadn't had much. I'd only had a few whiskies and a stout.
And Dieter says, and I must say this and not sing it, forever young, I want to be forever young, not drunk, just detoxing.
We'll have to do it again sometime, Dave. It's becoming a 48 tradition for me and him.
Ian says, this comment left intentionally blank.
Well played.
PBG says, I was watching the 48 and 48, but didn't get involved. Too much going on here, to be honest.
That's fine.
Okay, fair enough.
Yes.
David Stern says, at an all-inclusive, it's like being at a Friday beer call every day. Yeah,
Nice.
absolutely.
Yeah. It is kind of becoming a little bit of a tradition, me and Dave, because we did it last year as well. Stayed up all night getting drunk.
Giggly.
It's like Telford for me and Dave. Yeah.
Jim says, at Bearded Veteran Creates, just kidding, mate.
It's all right, Princess. I'll forgive you. Because I love you.
Julian says, Mystery Box Nick is currently 2 behind the chat.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Nice to meet Mystery Box Nick at Telford last year.
It was, wasn't it?
Mm.
There's no mistaking him either.
No, not
You've
really.
never seen him before. It'd be so cool if we turned up this year and he'd added like a Bearded Veteran Creates patch to it or something as well.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be awesome. Try using this stuff for the first time. Where's my remote? There. Let's see. There we go.
Cough medicine.
I got it from Battle
yeah.
Games.
Yeah. I've seen people mix that with, I'm sure it's extra thin. I've never tried it myself. And quite honestly, with my reputation,
Wouldn't surprise me.
stuff, I'd go bang. It's supposed to be good stuff.
Yeah. Well, I got it from Battle Games and Salty because I didn't have anything to glue this bloody stuff. Oh, Rubicon kits with.
Yeah, because
No, this is.
Go on, Mikey.
I think it only cost me like £4.50.
Yeah, because that's something
It
with
cost like
Rubicon.
£4.50 for the bottle.
Yeah, Rubicon kits don't like extra thin at all.
Well, they're ABS, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's either super glue, isn't it? What about Contactor? Would that do ABS?
No.
Don't think so.
Never tried it, so I don't know.
Experiments, Gary, experiments.
PBG says, nearly had a live stream from A&E again, though the phone died on me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in A&E last night as well.
Oh.
Family day. Oh, I just spilled some on my hand.
Dave says, we stayed up all night getting giggly. Amanda is within earshot. We got giggly with the excitement. The missing beers and bourbon was stolen. I didn't drink them.
Yes, I agree.
What he
Although
said.
next year I would like to see you drink a proper whiskey.
Hobby Time says, hello, Hobby Time says, I use EMA. Good stuff.
Seems to be good stuff.
Ian says, question. I won a lot last night. I've tried to find an email address to confirm my name and lot number, but I'm stumped.
Inbox the model officer on Facebook.
Yeah. You inbox James Skiffins, the model officer. And because I've got a feeling they contact you anyway, don't they?
Yeah, well, they do, but they would like a heads up as well, because of course some names aren't exactly your proper name and all that sort of stuff like that.
Yeah.
So the easiest thing to do, let me see, Dave Goldfinch. If you email contact
Or,
at 48
actually-
48.org.
Yeah.
Let them know who you
Ian,
are, let them know
James-
what lot it is, and they'll get back to you.
Ian, James is on the channel, on this channel's Discord server. So just tag, put a comment in the Shoot the Breeze and just tag at model officer, and he'll get it then. Just ask the same question and just tag at model officer. There we go.
Ian says, okay, cheers, we'll do that. Darren says, right, time to head back to work. Catch up with you all later. Cheers, Darren. Thanks for popping in. Good to see you, sir.
Yeah.
Ian says, I tried that, John. Doesn't work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
John.
Oh, that was an email from James himself, so yeah.
Ian says, thanks, Mikey.
You're welcome, buddy. Ooh, that fan is noisy.
Okay.
Is that fan powered by Peggott Rolls Royce or something?
It's not that loud, Mikey. It really isn't.
Yeah.
No, it's fine.
Might just be on mine.
I can hardly hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Weird.
Getting picky in his old age.
No, I can
Duke
hear it quite loud on mine. I don't know why.
Duke says it starts with a lowercase c, Ian.
Oh, there
Matthew
you go.
says, if you watch the last 10 minutes of the UK stream, they gave email details on what winners needed to do.
Yes.
There you go, Ian.
Did they do it in the usual forceful manner? This is what you do, right? Don't do it any other way.
Rumour is
thinking,
that the Ep06 Jag should be out by the end of the week. The new
Bullshit.
48.
I can't afford it yet.
Oh, so are you happy with the new Qatari announcement?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know, someone sent me the Mark 1 early spit the other day, and I went through it and I thought, oh man, this is such a thing. This is such a thing of beauty. And then, like 2 weeks later, they say they're doing the early Mark 1 Hurricane, the Ragwing. I thought, oh, these dudes really, really know how to hit your wallet. They really do.
Have they given a release date for it?
End of this year, early next, I guess.
Yeah,
Maybe spring next year,
that's
realistically.
what they said. So yeah,
I think they'll probably have a test shop, test build. I would guess by Tailford, ideally, to have a proper look at it. But yeah, look very, very excited by that.
It says I didn't know what the intermittent noise was, but I hear it too, ignoring it. To be honest, I can't hear it now.
Yeah, it stopped.
All I can hear is next door's husky howling. Ian says, "Cheers, guys. Lube and subscribe."
That's funny how that's become a thing.
The other thing I saw this week that looks really quite cool, and I'm never ever going to get one because I just won't be able to make it, is that Luke Graf are doing a Grumman duck in 1/32.
Oh wow!
Saw it. Oh, and it's a resin printed kit. The fuselage takes them 15 hours to print.
Wow!
But it looks absolutely insane. It comes to 2 figures as well. But yeah, a biplane on floats, with the undercarriage option as well, and with all the PE rigging. Looks absolutely gorgeous, but not for me.
I saw that and went, yes.
I thought so.
and
oddly enough, you're probably the only person I know who would look at that and go,
because
yes,
my first thoughts,
excellent.
my first thoughts for it were, and I forgot the name of the film.
Oh yeah.
Where he rigs up barrels to drop on the sub, is it? Because that's the aircraft they use, isn't it?
Right. Yeah,
you know the film.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of the film, but I think I'm right. That's the
Peter
aircraft.
O'Toole's in it.
Yeah, that's it. Paddy's War or something.
Yes, something like that it's called.
Yeah, I'm sure that is the aircraft they used. But I wouldn't do it as that. I've got what is it? The
David says, "Of course you can't hear it, Mr. Morris. You're deaf in both knees."
I've forgotten what it is. Not the what's the other American flight plane?
Goose.
Grumman Goose.
That's not a biplane, though, is it?
No,
Grumman
not
Goose.
biplane. Single wing, single float. I can't remember what it's. Anyway, I've got that, and I've had it for ages, and I planned on putting that on a catapult.
Oh right.
Building the catapult, and I thought, well, if it's on a catapult, I need the surrounding superstructure. So you end up with a diorama, something, because it's 30-second scale. Ships are frigging huge. The 30-second, that's why you don't get a 30-second scale ship in it.
Yeah.
So I thought, no, not the superstructure. But they did fly them off the stern. But I wanted a crane job that I could scratch. I got all highfalutin with it. It's this was a pretty terrible kit. Terrible. There's I think it was a multi-part mould. But there was a line, a parting line right down the fuselage on both sides, but it was mismatched. So I had to sand it off, and not on either only my kit had that problem, or none of the review kits that were reviewed bothered to mention it. And I went through loads of reviews to try and find it. Nothing.
Ian says Kingfisher.
Kingfisher.
There
Why
he's
didn't
there
know
again.
that?
Ian's there again.
You had the Catalina as well, didn't you? The Americans.
There is the Catalina, but
Yeah.
the only 30-second scale kit of that that I know of is the HPM kit.
Bloody thing will be
HPH kit.
huge.
That is the first kit I saw of theirs at Telford, and it is big, but all the interior and everything.
The wingspan, well, the wingspan on the cat's massive anyway.
Yeah.
Because I did the 172nd one, I'm sure it was, and the wingspan on that was massive.
Yeah.
I've got a
question
148
for you.
Catalina.
Question for you guys. I need to get a Mark 1 Spitfire because that's the only other one I want now. Which kit would you recommend in 148?
Tamiya. I've not built it.
Airfix. I'll tell you why. The Tamiya kit is excellent. I built both the Tamiya Mark 1 and the Airfix Mark 1. The new Tamiya kit is really good. It has the undercarriage as a piece that you clip in, and it gives it the rake and skew and everything. But what it doesn't have is the elevators dropped, and all Spitfires up to the Mark 14 would sit on the ground with the elevators drooped. I think on the Mark 14 they went the other way. I need to confirm that. But all Spitfires would sit with the elevators drooped.
That's your friend phoning in, confirming that. That was correct.
Your sandwiches are ready.
Yeah, I've not built the Tamiya one. I hear it's faultless, really easy to go together. I've built the Edward one. I think it's a beautiful kit. The better looking Marley's built one as well. He enjoyed it. They're about the same price. They're a little bit exy. I would go Edward or Tamiya over Airfix, but I've not. The only Airfix one I built is one I built yesterday, which is an older kit. There's nothing wrong with it either. But a Mark 1, I think I'd recommend the Tamiya one.
Okay. And what about the professional modeler in the middle?
And who? I've not built a Mark 1 in either of them. Of any Mark 1.
Really?
Never made one.
If you want something that goes together, in fact, there's the Tamiya Spit Mark 1. The armoured glass is separate. So you have to glue it to the front of the windscreen. It can be done. I used clear. But if you try anything like cement, you'll just ruin the canopy.
Just clog up.
So it's like it's got this real innovative undercarriage setup, but it's got this, rather than have separate canopies, it's got this add-on piece which is just bollocks. Excuse my language. But the Airfix Spit has sort of everything you need. All right, you've got maybe a line in the undercarriage, but you've been doing that for years anyway. But it's got the droppable elevators, whereas with the Tamiya kit, you've got to cut them out, cut a V into the fin, into the tailplane, round off the elevator, so it will droop realistically. Just didn't do it for me at all. But yeah, I mean, take your.
This one just part.
I mean,
or the blown raspberries or something.
Not unless it was my elbow on the desk.
Possibly.
Okay, so I like the idea of doing the Airfix one because I've got the Airfix Mark II Hurricane and the Airfix ME109 to go to do as well. So that'd be nice to do the three of them together, Airfix. Although that does mean I'm going to be buying the Airfix again.
Yes, but then you've got the flying hours that you can give to models for heroes.
You have.
Yeah. But the problem is, I never used to buy Airfix, and now all of a sudden the Gremlins are keep putting Airfix kits in my bloody basket.
Ah, you're an aircraft modeler. I can tell.
I was going to say,
No.
John, he's coming over to the aircraft side, John.
Yeah, wooden
No,
ships
I
for
am
you,
not.
Gary.
No, didn't have to ruin it by saying disgusting stuff like that.
Don't you swear at me.
I'll have it. I'll have Mikey building a 148 Tornado soon.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right. So
Do you know what?
This is.
I actually do want to build a Tornado.
I've got
John,
one.
It reminds me of when I was...
John, write that down.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
148
avoid
Tornado.
Well, the reason
Airfix Jaguar.
Tattooed
Well,
Well,
on
the
the
reason I
back
want to
of
build a Tornado is because when I was in cadets, we went and stayed at Lossiemouth. So we got to go on tours around the tornadoes and go into tornado simulators and things like that.
Mhm.
So, yeah. That was...
I did a 130, a Revel 132nd Tornado. That was the Welcome to Schleswig ECR one, I think it was. Or that was. But I have got there my little 172nd Desert Babe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That and the Harrier were the only jets that I really wanted to build, to be honest.
Yeah.
Harrier's up there.
I've got that 132nd Revel
Arsenal.
to do, but I'm going to do it in Italian colours, but like Italian World War II colours.
I thought you were going to say the Italian display colours.
No,
They are
I'm going to do
crazy.
it like as a sort of Italian, not with the fascist symbols on it
With the-
necessarily,
Yeah.
The mottling.
but with the three-tone mottling effect. I
Right.
think it looked really cool just for the heck of it. It's given to me, so as a sort of a bit part started. So I thought I'll do that one day. That'd be a laugh.
One kit I'd like to do again, because I really enjoyed doing it, and I think this was the I think it's the Airfix one, the 172nd one, but I really enjoyed building the Hunter.
Okay.
Oh god, the canopy's fit is awful on there. Oh no, it's because I haven't pushed it on properly.
Oh, God, I am destroying my shelves by pulling everything down. So what I've been doing while we've been chatting is I haven't reached an impasse, but I can't do much on the Hurricane tonight. It's just not worth setting up the airbrush. So I've just been looking at what I'm going to do next. So I've got a pile here. So I've got 72nd scale Rebel Tornado. In there are so much stuff in there, but it's got decals for the Edward release of it, which is the Desert Babes one. But I do like the original sort of British camouflage, and I've got the second Italeri one as that one, and I've got the mask set to do the British one, but then I've got the Edward big one as the Edward release. So that's got the those schemes in it, which are all bloody beautiful.
Bloody hell!
Yeah,
Nice.
so I could do that. So no, yeah, if you wanted to do a Tornado at some point in the future, I could be your bitch.
Biatch.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, there's so many decals in this. Dirt. Pickle. Yeah.
Big old, those 132nd Tornadoes though, they take up a lot of space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do.
I thought it was going to be the
Spitfire.
Victor.
132nd Tonka takes up a lot of space. I'd never guessed that.
I thought you were going to do the Victor.
Oh, I
anyway.
can't wait for my Vulcan to arrive.
So yeah, all right. So the pile that I'm looking at, what to do next.
Oh,
I'll tell you
V4.
what.
Scott's model says
Sounds
Tamiya
like
green box, Mikey.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
I
Ooh.
did see on Nigel's modelling bench his review of the Great Wall Hobby 1144 C130 this morning.
Okay.
That is a C130H. If you remember the other week, I asked you about the props on it, John, because the box has the old style props and then the J style props. And you explained that towards the end, some of the H's did have the new style props on.
Yeah, they're not J props. They're very different. They have
They
8 blades
look like
instead of
props
6.
for the uninitiated.
Yeah, they put 8 blades on the T56s to make them more efficient. They're composite ones.
But for a 144th kit, it looks really nice.
Yeah, I
It's
have
a
not seen
nice
it.
size for it.
Just want to say welcome Alvery Wheels to the Discord as well.
Welcome.
Not sure who you
will.
are, but welcome.
Yeah. TBG says Airfix.
Yeah.
Scott says, "Tell me a green box spit come with some PE." TBG says Mikey
Not
wants
much.
to do the Tonka.
Just a little. I think it might be the front of the.
Gary, say the
radiator,
phrase.
sort of-
No, I'm not.
Say the phrase, Gary. There you.
No. No. TBG says Mikey wants to build a Tonka. And David says worked as an avionics tech on Tornado 14 Squadron. Kudos,
Well
mate.
played.
Yeah.
Nice.
Scott's model says, I was an aircraft modeler, now an aircraft tank modeler, and would like to try a ship one day. Wait, listen,
Steady, lads. Steady.
pull up a sandbag, my son, and I will tell you a story. I was an aircraft modeler. No, I am an aircraft tank modeler. I tried a ship the other day, and my shelf fell on me. The modeling gods were not happy with me.
You like doing. You also like trains, but you don't like to admit it.
I have got a train model. Yeah. I've got that Battle of Britain class there. Yeah. David Turner says X-14 Squadron Tornado Tech took them to Bahrain Gulf War 1. Kudos.
Well done, you.
Nice. Kudos.
Yeah.
John TBG says John wants to build a Fokker DR1. He'll have 3 attempts to get the wings right.
God.
That's another plane I wouldn't mind making. The DR1.
Jim says at Scott Models, I too split my build efforts between armor and aircraft. Yeah. Armor and aircraft are where I'm happiest. Julian says at least 4 TBG, upside down, backwards, swapped around.
And then fall off the shelf.
Did you just say armor? Armor is where you're happiest.
I said aircraft and armor are where I'm happiest.
Yeah. You included armor. You never used to.
Oh, for God's
No, predominantly I was aircraft, and then I did a bit of armor, and then I did a bit more armor, and as I've done more and more armor, I like the way you can throw it all together and then slap a load of paint on it. Although I did notice Gary's method for the Sherman that he did this weekend, where he painted it separately, i.e. the lower hull, the upper hull, the turret, and I thought, oh, that's an interesting way of doing it. I might try that on the next build.
I just found it easier to do all the messing around the running gear without all the top stuff in the way.
Never thought of it like that before. And of course, I do love a half track.
Yeah.
What was that box I saw you holding up there, John? It was an Airfix box.
So the ones that I've been getting down and ratting through and just going, they all look delicious, are, in no particular order, a Dragon Puma.
Yes.
That one.
That's an interesting vehicle, isn't it? The Puma.
It is.
The driver at both ends, didn't it? The driving station at both ends.
Don't know, I haven't built it yet. The London Omnibus.
That as well.
Which
John.
is the same vehicle as a Ute. And
I love that.
the obligatory, the big ass bastard.
That's the one you got to do, boy. That's the one you got to do.
God, maybe So I'm looking at. I've got the MiG-23 down again, and I'm looking at saying this is beautiful. There's no reason why I wanted to stop it other than world events. And as Mikey consoled me that I do modelling to forget about world events, so just crack on with it and stop being a little bitch and stuff like that. So maybe he's right.
Are my words of wisdom finally sinking in, John?
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's let's say if I wait for all this sort of turgid crap to go away, I can't be bothered waiting 4 years. So maybe I'll just crack on and just enjoy what I'm going to build.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I think we're edging closer to the void of rantism.
Yeah.
And stepping away from the chasm just now. So yeah.
Cool.
Good man.
I do like the idea of. I've done the Victor in 1/144, the Great Wall Hobby one, and thoroughly enjoyed it.
So does that mean?
Fucking
Does that mean when I
mate.
get when my Vulcan arrives that we're going to do a V-Force build?
Well, I haven't got a Victor, a Vulcan, or a Valiant now, but I've never built a Vulcan.
Okay, I've got a Victor.
Well, why don't we? There you go. That's a 4 veterans build then. It's got to be, hasn't it? Well,
I'll do a Vulcan, but it'll be a 1/144.
You want me to build a 1/32 scale Vulcan?
do you have another house ready?
You can get it up this neck of the woods. I'm sure Cosford will make room for it.
Yeah.
Well, I've got Cold
They've got a
Rose.
spare hanger.
Cold Rose is here.
Oh yeah, you have, haven't you?
Yeah. Every day, my missus reminds me I'm not allowed to buy any more kits because we're planning on moving.
Yeah.
I've already got 2 others on the way. She keeps telling me.
You don't
she
have
told
to.
me
It's
this
not
morning.
obligatory.
Yeah, well, I want to, don't I? That's the problem.
I'm always getting told about buying kits.
Do you think I can start another one?
So okay, what does everybody think then? Should I just stop? Yeah, just put on my big boy's blouse,
Big girl pants.
Yeah.
and just like finish the MiG-23.
Yes.
I think personally,
Stop being a whiny little so-and-so.
trying to be all serious. Then don't let world events cloud your models. Stop you modelling what you want to model.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, you model for your own peace of mind.
I am. Yeah, I'm doing that.
So,
but I tell you what, every day I look at these bloody kits, I'm just going, the reason I bought them is because I want to build them. But,
Do it.
Yeah.
You know. On the other choice is this one, the SE5A, the hissy fit. Yeah.
Why don't you just start building them all?
Just building them all at once.
We just crack on, open them all, start building one, start building another one, and see which one ends up with a precedent.
How's that mozzie going, Mel?
It's in there.
So
I've got
we've pretty
this.
much
I'm
decided
fancy
that we're probably going to be
building
doing
this, getting on with this now.
So we've pretty much decided we're going to be doing a 5 veterans V-Force build. Why don't we make it a channel group build as well?
Because
so if people in the chat want to join in, they can.
Yeah.
Just up here in the northeast. Don't be a bitch. Just do it.
Yes.
That's what we like to say up here in the northeast. Don't be a bitch. Just do it.
Ian says, and the crushed on the back seat.
Yes. I have so many kit options.
Hagrid said, I get back and it's about excrements and mood swings again. Throw it all out and get a group hug. David says, Death the Victor started RAF career at Marham on the K2 way back in the 70s.
Okay, so Dave, can you quickly list the aircraft types that you worked on then? I'd be most fascinated to learn that.
Hagrid says, got a Victor and a Vulcan, now need a Valiant too, blast it.
Yeah.
See, that's my problem about start building any of the V bombers is that if I build one, I will want to build the other
three.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah.
I don't want to build. I'm not. It's the wrong scale. I don't know. I could never fit them in. I've got Kotari Spitfires. I've got Wingnut Wings kits. I've got Tamiya Mustangs and Spitfires, and no. And when I move, I've got to start on these twin engine 30-second jobs. So there's really no room for the V bombers. Well, as much as I want to build them, if I build one, I need to build the other two. Just that's the way it is. So I'm out.
There you go. So yeah,
Hagrid says, agree with Uncle
I
Chelsea.
can't do. No, there's no way I can do that. No way.
It's torturing you now, isn't it, man?
It is. It absolutely is. Because I want to, but I know I say can't rather than no. I can't. There's no way. No way.
Hagrid makes a good point. He says, agree with Uncle Shelby. That's the good point. We build models, not politics. If we were, all the German World War II stuff would have to go for once, and we have no way of telling a proper story anymore.
True.
And Hagrid also says, also don't want to crush my AA60 crash tender or my icebreaker. And he would love to join the V-Force build. Right, coming to a channel near you soon.
Yes, I've got
Phil
that.
says, I've got the Airfix V-Bomber bundle, haven't started any yet. Oh.
Yeah, so I've built the Vulcan. Oh, it looks good. I'm so glad I built that. It's huge.
I can join in because I've got that Matchbox one.
Yeah, you got the Matchbox Victor, didn't you, the other day?
I did.
If it helps you, John, Artem Mikoyan was Armenian. He wasn't Russian. The designer. He's Armenian.
Yeah, I'm also doing. I mean, it's a Chinese kit manufacturer
Russian
and a Polish aircraft I'm doing, so it's got nothing to do with.
Not even Russian at all. Jesus, I was trying to shoot the buggers down. I wouldn't have a problem building one. So
yeah, it was just I've never actually done a Russian build before. Subject matter, get halfway through it and then world stuff. Just
it's Soviet. It's not. It's Soviet. It's not Russian. There's a massive difference, as anyone from any of the stands will tell you.
Julian
it's not
says,
Russian Federation.
The Soviet stuff, Hagrid.
And it's a cool plane. Any of those sort of bare metal Russian, what we call Russian, the Red Star planes, they are all so cool.
They are.
Because their design solutions were so off the wall.
Yeah.
I will tell you something now.
The genius of it.
I will tell you something now. I don't think I have ever, and I'm pretty confident about this now, I don't think I have ever built a Russian aircraft. Ever.
Oh.
So David's done working on a Victor at Marham, a Vulcan at Scampton, Harrier and Puma at Gutterslow, Hawks at Broady, and Tornado at Bruggen. It's fantastic. Nice. So you've almost that's a well, good on you.
Proper
do you have a favourite of those? Like they're different eras, but some have got to be.
What do you think
of
armour? David, what do you think of armourers?
The comedy sniper special there at Squeaky Mal, build a 1/16th Vulcan and store all your other kits in the bomb bay. You'll be creating space.
Yeah.
What a brilliant solution, mate. That's just epic. Right, consider it done. Who produces a 1/16th Vulcan? Hopefully nobody.
You may have to scratch build it, Mal.
That's a lot of 3D printing there, man.
Careful what you say, though. You could, Agora could end up doing one for all you know.
Don't.
Jim Alticott says, I'll be a distant spectator of the V aircraft group build.
All right.
Another
I'll
aircraft I would like. Jim also says, I agree with Mr. Evans' assessment of Soviet aircraft. They make for great models on the display shelf. Another model that I want to build and it's very underrepresented. And there's only one kit manufacturer out there that I know of, and that's Micromeer. Is the Blackburn Beverley.
Oh right.
Oh yeah.
Because my dad was an air quartermaster on them in the Aegean crisis.
Yeah, right.
That's one of the few aircraft I look at, and I still don't understand how it got off the ground.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
The amount of drag on that thing, and then they used to fly them with the clamshells removed.
Yeah,
It's like the bumblebee, the old gag about the bumblebee, isn't it? You know, it's aerodynamics doesn't understand how bumblebees can fly.
Yeah.
But,
Or in Private Schultz, the very, very good series, if you ever catch it. There's this German character says, "Remember, Schultz, the bumblebee can only fly because it doesn't know how not to." But you look at a Beverley and you think, how are those engines really that powerful? And they are.
Yes, they were. The Bristol Centaurus, the same one that's
amazing.
in the Hawker Tempest.
Yeah, and the Sea Fury. But even so, it's a lot of plane and a lot of drag. A lot of drag. But
yeah, there was one of them at the Beverley transport.
Yeah,
museum.
they've just moved it. They've just disassembled it.
They moved. I thought they got rid of it.
No, they disassembled it and moved it somewhere.
Because I've been to that museum a couple of times, and the thing it looked as if it was parked through buildings.
Yeah. Many years ago, there used to be one outside the RAF Museum at Hendon.
that's right. Yeah, I remember that.
She was in Star Trek, wasn't she?
Beverly. Yeah.
Blackburn Beverley.
Yeah.
You can live long and prosper.
The Argosy another one as well. That would be.
The Whistling Tit.
Yeah.
That's what they called it, the Whistling Tit.
So that's a new nickname for you, Gary.
I don't.
Because you like singing so much.
All right. Okay. So MiG-23 it is by unanimous decision. Pull up my pantyhose and get on with it.
Mm-hmm.
David says, personally, the Hawk, as was Axie Qualig.
Oh, were you?
I think he means
Backseat qualified.
Yeah.
Sorry, my lovely wife has decided to hoover our bedroom and I can't hear a bloody thing now.
Yeah.
Hagrid says, emoji laugh, emoji laugh, emoji laugh. We have got 2 minutes to go, 3 minutes to go.
Yeah.
Bill says, building a V-bomber would make more cupboard space for more kits.
It would.
No,
Only
for me,
my
'cause I'm gonna
cupboard
buy it
is-
first. But I'll definitely get the Great Wall Hobbies 1144 Falcon. Do you remember that one? Dave says the Hawk has got to fly back seat from a servicing point, the Tonka. I've flown in the back seat of a Hawk.
Yeah.
A wet one.
Cool.
I have not.
I've done. I'll upset you, John. I've done both.
There we go. Has anyone done any modelling today?
No, none.
I can honestly say I have done. You see that tail wheel there?
Yes.
That's what I've done.
Well done. Well done.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's a Lizzie.
Nice.
Lizzie.
Oh, Mal's done a thing.
I've put those two back on, and I've added the tail wheel.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, is it
Oh, John, please.
John's showing us his
Oh,
legs.
John, please, John.
I'm upside down, but that's what I've done. I've ratted through the stash.
You don't see your manky feet.
I'm still feverishly trying to work a Second World War.
I'm vomiting from here.
I'm feverishly trying to work a Second World War aircraft model into a V-Force theme.
I want to do.
You're trying to justify it now, aren't you?
I want to do the Lizzie, but I'm waiting for. Hopefully, they'll do the special one.
They will. I'll be getting that as well.
Yeah.
Oh, they're definitely going to do the special. That's why they did this first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
What have you done today, Mikey?
I've stuck the hull of the Tiger together.
Yeah.
You've what?
There you
All
go.
of it?
Don't forget to paint the underneath when you paint it.
Oh, the hull.
Yes.
Okay.
It only comes in 2 pieces.
Yeah.
Oh, very good.
Yes.
I think we had a comment there.
I don't know why that went off then, but Bobby G says, "Hey guys and gals, hope we're all good. Great work. Yeah, fun this weekend. Loads of fun and lots of money raised. Well done, everybody. Extremely humbling." Yeah.
It was wonderful. Thank you.
Ian says, "Big Brit." Opane's theme. Scott says, "I've eaten a bag of crisps. That's all I've done." David Cummins, Squeaky, the V
Wellington.
Lancaster, the V Wellington.
Yeah, the border
Wellington.
models v Lancaster.
Lancaster. Big
No.
Plains theme. Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Plains.
Yeah. Try saying that
Yeah,
when you're
sure.
drunk, John.
Show us your big Brits.
Show us your Brits. Yeah.
Cool. Right. Well, today's been a lot of fun.
It has.
Been
Yeah,
different.
it's good. Been a good debrief, and we never got back to that question about like brands we like, brands we don't.
No, but I think we will save it for another show.
I think So this is sold, I guess, as a round table, and we talk modelling, and that's certainly what we've done. It has been good. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Good.
Yeah, good fun.
I can go and do some work now.
Good.
Yeah, I was going to tell you off earlier, Gary, but I
Right.
thought, no.
No, I've written my voiceover script. That's done. I've done all the visuals for it whilst I've been chatting.
Very
so
good.
I just need to go and do the stuff to camera, then edit it all together. Job's a good one.
I'm going to go and have my lunch and a little recline in my chair.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
You enjoy that.
Let's have a look. What's this comment? Come on. Which one's with the Kinder eggs? Yeah. Okay, Dave. Right. Me and John will be back, and Modders will be back tomorrow at 11 o'clock with Beardy's Funnies build.
Yeah.
So we shall see you all then.
Mhm.
Bye, everyone.
All right.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.